factor? Well, look at the top. Remember what you're supposed to do is look for something common first. What do you notice is common?
X.
X. So you're going to take it out, and what's left?
Minus 2.
Minus 2. So on top, I like to rewrite it x minus 2. On bottom, is there anything common?
X.
No. So then we're going to have to try to do the binomial factor. What times what is x squared? Got to be x and x. What about the 4? 2 and 2 because there's no middle. What about the signs? One of each. So on bottom over here, x plus 2, x minus 2, and what do you notice?
Oh, they
You can
cancel
cross,
out.
and it's times. Remember, you can cancel on top and bottom if it's multiplied. Can you, well, this is what I have so far then. Can I cancel those x's?
No.
And the reason, if you're not sure about the letters, replace with letters. Instead of x, let's put a 3. So 3 plus 2. What is that? I think it's 3 over 5. If I cancel those, it looks like I get 1/2. Is that the same as 3/5?
No.
No. So you can't cancel if it's adding or subtracting. You can only cancel if it's times. We're multiplying by this whole quantity, we're allowed to cancel. So your answer then is just going to be x over x plus 2. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So really most of the work is involved is the factoring. Here's where what we did yesterday and the day before comes in. This quantity is all to the -1. What did we learn you did if it's a negative exponent?
Put it on bottom.
Right, put it on bottom. So on top I'm going to have x squared plus 5x. And on bottom, x squared, 7x plus 10. And it's all to the first, so I don't need the exponent. Now can we factor? Well, let's start here. Has to be x and x. 10, 1 and 10, or 2 and 5?
2 and 5.
I have 7 in the middle, 2 and 5. Signs?
Positive.
Good. So I've got on my bottom an x plus 2 and an x plus 5. What about my top?
Take out an x.
Take out an x. There's an x common
Right.
first.
Good
So
job.
x plus 5.
Hey.
Stop it.
So I have x plus 5. Now what?
I got a question.
Oh, wait, hang on 1 second. Now what? I cross these out, and it just so happens to be the same. What's your question, Travis?
Can we simplify before we do it in the parentheses and stuff like that? Before we factor
It
it?
depends what you mean by simplify. You can't cancel these because they're adding. Is that what you
This
mean?
is so much work. I don't know how to factor. I just don't want to do that.
Right.
I was trying to get out.
So are we
You have
good
to
with
practice
this
that.
one?
Shh.
What about this?
Ooh.
Now, if you look at it, it looks like you can't do anything. But there's a little trick, and I'm going to show it to you one time. If you don't pay attention now, you're out of luck. You're going to need this little trick several times today. And the little trick goes like this. Do you see x, positive, negative? They're opposites. Do you see the y, negative, positive? They're opposites. The little trick only works if both are opposite. Negative, positive, negative, positive. Both of them have to be positive, or opposites, I mean. So what we're going to do is flip this around so they're in the same order. I'm going to put the negative x first and then the positive y. So at least now they're in the same order. Opposites, opposites. The little trick goes like this. I can factor out anything I want that's common, right? Well, one thing that's always going to be common is -1. Down here, I'm going to factor out -1 from both of those. What do I get here? What do I get here? Minus y, and look at that. So I have x minus y over -1 times x minus y. And what happens? They cancel out. The x minus y's cancel out, and I just get 1 over negative 1, which is
-1.
negative 1.
Wow.
So the little trick only works if they are opposite sign and opposite sign. They both have to be opposite. And then you flip them around so they're in the same order, and then factor out a negative 1. And when you do that, they should be the same, and you should be able to factor it then, or cancel it then. Yes?
Does it matter if you factor out the negative one on the top of the bottom?
No, because let's do that. X minus y over y minus x. So let's flip this one around and do negative y plus x and y like that. Now factor out the negative 1 out of this, and what do I get? Y minus x. So y minus x, whoops, y minus, and I still have that. Only this time I get negative 1 over, and it's still going to end up being negative 1 then, right? And it doesn't matter if you flip around the y's first or the x's first. If you do it right, it should all work out in the end and get a negative 1. Does that make sense? But they have to both be opposites. Opposite x, opposite y. Flip them around, take out the negative 1. Easy. Right?
Right.
Questions on this or that? Then the last one I have, another negative exponent. How do you get rid of a negative? Put it on the bottom. So I have 3x squared minus 5x minus 2x third over that thing.
You have that wrong.
What do I have wrong?
3x squared is negative 5x.
Oh, right.
Good catch.
You need to hold that still back there, whoever is throwing a pen or a pencil. Shh. Oh, 12 times? So factor. So factor. Hey, I accidentally dropped it once. Factor.
Good one with me.
How about this on bottom? I know over there has to be 1 and 1. It's a positive, so either plus plus or minus minus. Minus 1 minus 1. The 6 I'm going to have a little bit of trouble because it could be 1 and 6. It could be 2 and 3, and both of them would give me 5.
It's a negative.
But it's negative negative.
So it's 2 and 3.
Is he right?
Yeah.
3?
Yeah.
And if you don't see, then you'll have to try. Trial and error. Double check. Minus 3x. Double check. Minus 2x. Does that give me negative 5? Yes. And I noticed on the test that a lot of you didn't do the inside-outside double check. Especially on the ones that were prime. If you would have done the inside-outside, you would have never factored it. You would have seen that it doesn't work out. But you didn't double check.
I didn't know what I was doing.
So that one,
Same.
why don't you talk a little more while I'm teaching? Fool around a little more, then maybe you'll catch on. So the bottom is good. What about the top now? Right, I've got an x common to all of those. Let's take it out. It'd be 3 minus 5x minus 2x squared. Oops, 5x minus 2x squared. And then what'd you say back there?
They go to negative.